Rebellions are built on hope.
And welcome to another episode of Radio Rebellion, a Star Wars podcast. I'm your host, Alberto Calderon. Over there, he's back. He's Obi-Wan, Oti-Wan Kenobi. Oti, how you doing? Welcome back. How you doing today?
I'm doing fine. It's a Saturday. I was at the movie theater with Tony, actually, and had a little bit of traffic to my surprise, but we're here.
All right. So what were you watching, if you don't mind?
We were watching Shelby Oaks.
Oh, okay. The new horror movie from Chris Tuckman. Was it good?
It was pretty good. Yeah.
Cool. I watched on Netflix that new movie, A House of Dynamite.
Oh, I got Catherine a screener Bigelow. For that one and never watched it.
So it's there. Now you can watch it without the screener.
Yeah. Did you like it?
I liked it till the ending. It just came out, so I won't spoil it.
Okay.
So either you're going to be happy with it or you're going to say, really? This is how we're going to end it?
Yeah,
it's a very tense-filled movie, as everyone's been saying. It's pretty tense all the way.
Okay. Yeah, no, I literally got an email being like, "Hey, you have a screener for this movie," and I was like, "Oh, wow, cool! I want to watch it." Forgot about it and remembered like 2 days ago. I was like, "Oh wait,
You should just play the screener so you can say that you did it that way."
Yeah,
feel important. I'm waiting for Frankenstein to be put on some theater over here. Of course, no, we're not part of this limited release. So
this is a very weird fun fact about me. I get a lot of screeners.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why. Like, I think I went to a premiere one day and got on a list, and I get a bunch of screeners.
Hey, cool. You gotta watch it once in a while so they don't kick you out.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works. Anyway, we don't give out screeners, but if you're subscribed to our channel, you'll be able to see when new episodes drop. So make sure you do that. Like this video, thumbs up, comment down below on the very, not devices, but very, I guess people got riled up about this topic we're going to talk about today. So let us know your comments down below. And if you're listening to the other podcast, first, thank you, because we finally reached 10,000 downloads of our audio podcast. It took us 5.5 years, but that's a big one. Congrats to people that do that yearly. I don't know how you do it, but thanks to everyone that keep listening to us on our original kind of version through the audio podcast. Thank you. And leave us a 5-star, 4-star, some type of star rating and review. I will keep doing this show. And like I mentioned last week, we're getting close to scheduling our interview with Adam Christopher. Are you excited for Adam Christopher to hopefully, I'm not going to say 100%. We send out the questions, we're waiting for feedback, and then we'll get the date. But most likely we'll have him here soon enough.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's always fun to talk with authors and pick their brains for a little while.
Yeah. This one's going to be a bit different. I think we're going to try to stay spoiler-free for most part. Most of the other interviews we've done have been very spoiler-heavy. We'll try to keep it spoiler-free. The book doesn't come out till November 11th. I don't know if I interview.
So I can't
spoil anything. I'm lucky enough. You get the screeners. I get some Star Wars book. That way we'll divide it. All right, so hopefully I'll let you guys know when that's scheduled. I'll post it everywhere so you can join us. There's a big time difference, so it might not be live at 5 o'clock, but we'll figure that part out. All right, Oti, I see there's one comment out there. Who's watching
Brennan,
right now?
as always, is gracing us with his presence. Hello there, friends. I am disappointed at this news, but if Star Wars has taught me one thing, it's that just because it's been canceled this time doesn't mean it won't get resurrected in the future. From your mouth to God's ears, Brennan.
Yep. All right, so let's go right there. If you guys are ready, I'm not ready. Let's talk Star Wars. And of course, it's Star Wars movie news.
Star Wars movie news.
All right, Oti, Star Wars news, especially movie news, have been picking up this past month and a half from Mandalorian and Grogu, Starfighter, what's going on with all those movies. And then all of a sudden, and I thought I was going to say something else in the intro, but anyway, we'll talk about that later. See, what might be considered one of the biggest surprises to come out of Lucasfilm in recent years. This is not a scoop. This is not someone out there. Adam Driver
was talking.
revealed that he, along with renowned director Steven Soderbergh, had written a Star Wars movie. And there's so much more stuff that's come out after he said this. I'm going to try to break it up, but just the initial one was he was doing an interview with the Associated Press, and then Kylo Ren himself, Adam Driver, said, I always was interested in doing another Star Wars. I had been talking about doing another one since 2021. Kathleen Kennedy had reached out. I always said, with a great director and a great story, I'd be there in a second. I love that character and I love playing him. We presented the script to Lucasfilm. They loved the idea. They totally understood our angle and why we're doing it. We took it to Bob Iger and Alan Bergman, and they said no. They didn't see how Ben Solo was alive, and that was that. It was called The Hunt for Ben Solo, and it was really cool, but it is no more, so I can finally talk about it. Before we jump into the big thing about this, when you say that Adam Driver, of all these Star Wars actors out there, the sequel trilogy, is the one that apparently wants to come back, loves the character so much that he dedicates 2 years to writing a story and going all the way. How was your mind blown first with that fact?
And this story is so insane. Like, I don't think anyone, like, with this whole Rey movie thing, anyone has asked, like, well, probably Maggie. No one has been like, is Ben Solo coming back? No one, because no one thought Adam Driver had any interest in this. I think he never even. He's done a bunch of movies since Rise of Skywalker. Yeah. I don't think he ever gets asked about this. Because I think everyone assumes, like, he's a Harrison Ford. Like, they're never going to get him back. But just like Harrison Ford, apparently he always wants to come back.
Wow.
I am baffled by this story. Like, like, if this hadn't come out of his mouth, I would be like in the whole, it's just a scoop. Like, we don't really know what happened. Like, I'm baffled with this.
I think that's what made this story so different from all the other times that, oh, Lucasfilm doesn't want to move forward with X movie, or someone has an idea for a Star Wars movie. This A-list director wants to do a Star Wars movie, and Lucasfilm says no. It always comes like third hand from a scooper we've never heard about. But no, it's from the actual actor. And this is what, from 2021. So this is not something new. They've been talking about this for a while. And then now, well, Lucasfilm loved it, which is the first part where I'm like, okay, great. I've never heard about this. And we'll talk. There's another comment from actually.
That's the other. This never leaked.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. I don't know. It's so much. I want to get to the other comments in a minute, but when I don't know, people have then jumped in the Bob Iger bandwagon to bash him as they should. How surprised are you that Lucasfilm, as a studio that does Star Wars, has its own leadership, went to the point where we'll talk about later that the script is done, they're ready, and then Disney all of a sudden kind of supersedes them and said, yeah, no, we're not going to do this.
I don't think it's that shocking. Like, think of the timeline, 2021. That's when Disney was all in on Disney Plus, and everything is going to be a Disney Plus show. So, like, I guess, like, timeline wise, it makes sense, like, with what we knew was happening. But that's, like, I think the other thing that shocked me, like, they were, like, so all in on this that it's not far-fetched to say this movie was almost in pre-production. Like, they were getting ready to make this happen. Like, they paid for the script. Like, this script exists out there. Someone has it in a computer.
Do you hope this script? No worry. We'll talk about that.
Do I hope it leaks? Yes, 1,000 trillion%. Leak it, please.
All right. So some of the other comments that have come out. So along with Driver and Soderbergh, Rebecca Blunt, which I guess is the synonym, or not synonym, whatever you want to call it, for Soderbergh's wife. And Scott C. Burns, that were involved in outlining the story and writing the script. for his part, Steven Soderbergh tweeted out or on Blue Sky, I think. No, that's something. Anyway, Steven said, I really enjoyed making the movie in my head. I'm just sorry for the fans who won't get to see it. Then on Friday, he posted on Blue Sky, also in the aftermath of the HFBS or Hunt for Ben Solo situation, I asked Kathleen Kennedy if Lucasfilm had ever turned in a finished movie script for Greenlight to Disney and had it rejected. She said no, this was a first. So now we're getting quotes directly from Kathleen Kennedy saying, like, I greenlit this movie. Unfortunately.
Wait. Was this quote from Kathleen Kennedy, or was it Steven Soderbergh saying Kathleen Kennedy said?
Yeah, so this is Steven Soderbergh saying Kathleen Kennedy said.
I thought this was like Kathleen Kennedy talking about it on her own. I was like, what is happening?
There's own sources that inside Lucasfilm they don't want to name that kind of confirm all this. I don't know if this is.
I mean, I believe them. Why would they lie about this?
Yeah. So going to what you mentioned, so adding fuel to the fire, the playlist confirmed that the film advanced far beyond development. It had a completed script, the full creative stamp of the approval from Lucasfilm. The film, it had a code name, Quiet Leaves, had a finalized screenplay and was entering early prep and staffing stages. Disney purchased a fully developed treatment. They paid Burns $3 million for the script, had a final script, a budget, a proposed date when it was delivered to Disney, and they said no.
This is wild. This is wild.
And again, like you said, this is not leaked. This is official info from the people that wrote the movie. All this, he's not gonna show up now in the Rey movie. Hey, Ben Solo's alive.
No, like, if anything, like, I would ask him every single day, like, hey, when are you making another Star Wars film then? Because, like, he clearly wants to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't believe, because, like, I'll just attribute all of this to the push for streaming.
Sure.
Because yeah, sure, they don't see how Ben Solo's. I won't say it's 100% that. I think there's like a bunch of things going on, and that's like one of the things I was talking with Tony this morning. Like, I sometimes feel like Lucasfilm and Disney's protection of the Star Wars brand has actually, like, now that years have gone by, I think it's been good at some moments, but overall, I don't think it's been great for the franchise. Like, it's been 6 years after Rise of Skywalker, and we've basically haven't moved at all. Like, we've had TV shows, cool, but like, I don't feel like Star Wars has continued to grow and evolve. If anything, I think it's gotten a little bit more niche. Like, I don't think people are talking about it that much as when all the 3 movies came out and everyone was talking about Star Wars. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
It's that difficult balance of a lot of people wanted Star Wars. If it's just the movies, the trilogy came out, let it rest, and then bring it back in 10 years and do another trilogy. Kind of similar to the way the other ones have been. But the way that there's so much media out there right now with all the streaming services and all the different TV shows and everything that's constantly in our faces in every screen that we turn, the more that they don't kind of pump stuff up or out, people start losing interest. And I think the move to streaming didn't work out the way they wanted. They tried to push too fast, and I think that's when some of the shows didn't have the quality that some people out there wanted. So now that we're going back to the movie theater, some people are kind of, well, they kind of lost me already. I know this. They said he spoke with Kathleen Kennedy in 2021. He spent 2 years writing the movie or coming up with the idea. I don't know if that was from 2019 to 2021 or from 2021 to 2023. The only thing, if Disney said no, let's say because of the streaming situation, they still bought the script. It's like, okay, we're moving back to the movie theaters. Let's bring it back. We don't need to say, no, we said no once, and that's that. Could this be a Deadpool situation? Some people they are asking, they're trying to test the waters to see if people are really interested. And I mean, people are interested. So if this is the way
people
they want,
are clearly interested.
Yeah, there's flames flying by with banners.
I mean, I won't say like this is completely dead and out of the question forever, I'll say I think it's unlikely. But also like at the same time, like, because what I was gonna say, like, I think Lucasfilm has a path that they've traced and they're finally executing on it.
Sure.
But have they? Like, really have they? Because we all assume it all culminates with a Dave Filoni movie on one side, then it culminates on the Rey movie on the other side. But like, let's all be honest. Like, are we really going there? We're all hoping we are.
Yeah.
Nothing has indicated that we're not. But I don't know. Like, I don't really know if they have their shit together.
Yeah, I'm with the rumors for Starfighter that supposedly the Amy Adams character is a Jedi, her son is force sensitive, and they want Ryan Gosling's character to take him to the Rey Skywalker New Jedi Order, let's say. And maybe that's why the Rey Skywalker movie script has taken so long, because now they're trying to incorporate that. And then if you bring into it the Hunt for Ben Solo, that has to, I guess, involve Rey in some point. Maybe all those three working together is why that main Rey Skywalker movie is taking so long to get the script situated. And this is because I'm sure they signed 20,000 NDAs. They are not going to expire in 2 years. So for Steven and Andrade to be so openly talking about it, I think there's still hope that this might come out, and they're trying to sense in the fandom.
I think that's just hopium, honestly. Like, so my point with what I was saying, like, we're all assuming that what you're saying is what's gonna happen. Yeah. Like, Starfighter is gonna lead into the Rey Skywalker movie, but like, again, we're all assuming this. We really don't know, and I'm sure that if it doesn't happen, people will be saying like, "Oh, we were promised this, and we weren't." Like that. Nobody has said this. So. But
a lot of hope
again, I, from another angle, maybe in 2 years we're like, oh my god, they planned this out. Like there was Rey at the end of the movie at the top of the mountain.
I mean, it's 2027. We get Starfighter. Right before that, we're gonna have Celebration 50 years. They can announce it there. Yeah, Ben Solo's back. You'll see him in 2029 or 2030. Okay, it's all part of the plan.
Here I go. The 50 years, what a moment to bring out the big three and Kylo Ren on stage.
Yeah. All right, so that supposedly the big sticking point was they don't see how to bring Ben Solo back. He died. We saw him going to the Force Ether. We didn't see a Force Ghost, but he disappeared. This is gonna run by you a couple of names of Star Wars characters. Let me know if you find a pattern. Darth Sidious / Emperor Palpatine out there, Boba Fett, Asajj Ventress, Darth Maul. Let me know if you've seen the pattern. Echo, Fennec Shand.
They've all been like bad guys at some point.
And they all died.
Yeah.
And then they came back.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
So there's ways that they've done this before. And as simple as a line as, hey, somehow Palpatine returned and Secrets of the Sith and Dark Force magic. Okay, that's fine. We'll get it. We'll buy it. Let's go.
That's why I'm not really buying the whole, that's the reason why it didn't happen. I think I think maybe it's one of the reasons, and maybe this will sound silly, but at the end of the day, the world is run by very insecure men.
Don't remind me.
Maybe even the memes of somehow Palpatine returned influenced this in some way. So I don't know. Like, could it be one of the reasons? Sure. If it was the only reason, I don't know. I think that's ridiculous. Another thing that's very funny to me, Alberto, like, and I think this is part of the discussion when Rise of Skywalker came out. Definitely, Tony and I talked about it. Like, my question was like, is this really the end to the Skywalker saga? And I would always say, like, this is the third time the Skywalker saga has ended.
Yeah.
So it's funny to me that Lucasfilm were also having that conversation, because we also got rumors that they were thinking of another trilogy after the Rise of Skywalker. So
there's so much out there, and again, I don't know how movie studios work, especially when you have Disney as a big umbrella with all these other smaller studios underneath. And it's funny to say Lucasfilm is just a small studio on the even bigger one. But when you get to that point that you have the script, you have the actor, the director, the budget for it, a start date, I don't know, it's so weird to just, we're not going to move. Does it usually, and again, I'm asking you, I'm guessing you don't know. Is it the way that it works? You need to bring it all the way, basically ready to go before you bring it to your bosses? It doesn't seem like, maybe Lucasfilm was very, they believe that this was going to get green light, that they didn't ask beforehand, before spending $3 million on a script that just got axed?
I mean, movies get a ton of investments, and they sometimes just like die, and like people sometimes say, and I 100% agree with this, like every single movie is a miracle that it happened, because so much goes into it. Like, look at the Batgirl movie. That movie was done, like it was ready to be released, and they shelved it. They were like, we're not showing this movie to anyone. So I think people would be surprised the amounts of times this happens. Like the movies, like literally Dune. Star Wars was made using props from a Dune movie that never happened. Everything was ready, and they had the props even ready for shooting. Never happened. We got them in Star Wars, so it happens.
Oh well, I wish it didn't. All right, I see 2 comments out there. I guess who joined us?
But by the way, no, another example, very close to us. You remember the Mace Windu book?
Yes.
The author, I forget his name. He came over here. Great conversation. We talked to him a little bit afterwards because he was making a show I was interested in.
I know where you're going because I saw the show.
Very similar situation. They were very far along into making the show. Sudden change. We're changing everything. Solo. They had the movie. They were recording, and halfway through, they were like,
"Yeah,
we actually don't like this vision. We're changing."
You gotta start again. I don't know. I'll keep going. Who's out? I think it's Dale. Is Dale here?
Yep, Dale is here. Hello there, Dale. I just finished Star Wars Zombie. I kind of like it.
I
haven't watched it. I really didn't like.
What if?
What if? Yeah. So.
I've been changing the subject from Star Wars. I've been kind of down on Marvel recently. I haven't watched the latest What If. I haven't watched Zombies. I like the movies that came out. I'm not super invested in what's coming next.
No, I got a Cold Doom action figure though, which got me pretty excited.
Oh, Doom!
It's a hot toy. It's missing a hand.
All right, so let's get back to Ben Solo. How would you bring Ben Solo back? If they say, okay, if you heard, let's say the announcement was totally different, and they say, hey, we got a Ben Solo movie coming out, the Hunt for Ben Solo, and the first thing people are gonna ask, how the hell is he back? He's dead. What's the easiest way? Not the easiest way, but
I mean, I've always thought like if you continue Rey's, like for me, the way to bring him back is through Rey, but not bring him back. Like I always think like he should communicate with her, as Force Ghosts do, like in her most vulnerable moment. There he shows up. Hey kid. And, so like what a move. I don't know. If they paid me $3 million, I could write it, but
I'll write something for you.
For $3 million, I'd get the inspiration.
I think that forced dyad is the easiest way that you can just it's forced dyad and then come out with a cool way that works. If they're able to pass lightsabers from one dimension to the other, and we all lost our minds in the movie theaters when that happened. So cool. You can use a forced dyad, which is something brand new in Star Wars, but that everyone bought into, to then expand into either he comes back or a different way that Force Ghosts interact. I think that Force Died is the easiest way to kind of go through that way. Of course, you can go World Between Worlds or Witch Magic, as we saw as Ash Ventress. So there's different ways to bring this out. So that's why, again, like you mentioned, that's the only reason. Yeah, we don't see how he survived or how you can bring him back. It's difficult to buy that, knowing everything that we know about Star Wars. Like Darth Maul got cut in half, and he survived out of spite of Kenobi with spider legs, and then he became even a better character. It's like there's ways to do this.
I'm thinking, what if the script was terrible though? Like it's a Ben Solo adventure, and Bob Iger's like, oh, but this is a prequel to Force Awakens, right? And they're like, no, it's after Rise of Skywalker, and they're like, but how is he alive? And Steven Soderbergh was like, dude, trust me, like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And Bob's like, no.
So I would go, if they said, hey, we presented Lucasfilm with a script for The Hunt for Ben Solo, and they said no, then I would say, yeah, probably maybe the script didn't work. But if they said that Kathleen Kennedy, I think they mentioned Filoni. There's like the people inside that know Star Wars were on board, seem to have been on board. And that's what makes it so frustrating for everyone out there, not just us who here.
And that's why I also go back to the, I don't think that was the actual reason. Like, what only Bob Iger knows. Like, it's right there, right next to the reason why he canceled Jimmy Kimmel for like 3 days.
Kathleen Kennedy knows. Let me show. Bob Iger is leaving. Isn't there, like, at the end of the year, he's leaving, he's looking for a successor. Maybe
good.
He didn't want to.
Good. He should have stayed retired, even though I cheered when he came back.
I was going to say, everyone was so happy when he came back. I guess Alan Bergman, I don't know what his role in Disney is, but he was part of this also.
Isn't he probably like the CCO or CFO?
Oh, so important. Big shot over there.
Making money.
Voting
Republican. Shit. Oh.
What?
Oh.
Quiet Leaves, Oti. Quiet Leaves. He had a name, a production name already. The code name.
Blue Harvest. I mean, Quiet Leaves.
They didn't call it Blue Butterflies or something, so the Raylos would go nuts for 3 years. But I guess we can end. Do you think we'll ever see this movie or a version of it? Do you think, or are we just gonna talk about it till the end of times?
Will we see this movie? No. Will we get a version of it? Yes.
Okay. I'll say we'll see a version of it, but that's more closely to what was originally pitched. I think that there's so much information about this out there that I think we'll see something very similar to it with the same people attached, like the writers.
Really?
Steven, I think so. I think we'll see it.
I'll say something. I'm not the biggest Steven Soderbergh fan. Like, when I first saw this, as I mentioned, I thought it was a pitch, and I was like, whatever. Like, Steven Soderbergh didn't get to make a Star Wars movie. I'm fine with it. Like, he's just so hit or miss for me. He does great movies, or he does like extremely fine movies. So, the Adam Driver piece is bugging me the most. Like, you had him there, and we're like, nah, pass. We got Pedro Pascal now.
He'll move on soon now. Oh well, hopefully. And then, if this never happens, I'll be fine. Like, I'm not gonna be angry about it till the end of times. Like, people keep being angry about all the other stuff that's been canceled. It's like, okay, unfortunately, we didn't get to see it. But
I'm happy that at least we're getting the caveat that Kathleen Kennedy was actually on board with this. Yeah. It was Bob Iger.
Yeah, I love people now coming to the defense of Kathleen Kennedy. Like, for everything that we blame her, no, blame Bob Iger. Oh, sure, let's just pass it.
Good.
I don't care. She deserves it. You imagine she steps up. She takes over his position in Disney, and that's the move.
That should be a live motto. Blame Bob Iger. Like,
yeah.
Yes.
I mean, past few years, all those billionaires and head of studios are ruining it for everybody. All right, so The Hunt for Ben Solo. Hopefully, we'll get a version of it at some point. Hopefully, we'll get Kylo Ren. Sorry, not Kylo Ren. Ben Solo back with Adam Driver playing him, even if it's a Force Ghost.
One more Kylo Ren, but okay.
Man, we can just put a helmet on someone and go the Mandalorian. Well, who'll never take it off and have Adam Driver just do voiceover. All right, so that's it for the Hunt for Ben Solo on our Star Wars news. Something I was going to mention before we went into the big news was Star Wars
By the way,
Visions. Mhm.
sorry, Dale. I just want to highlight something. Dale said he wrote a story, basically just one scene, for how to bring Ben Solo back, and he thinks like the easiest or clearest way to do it would be like in a very similar way. We got the resurrection of Ahsoka in Ahsoka,
Okay.
or the birth of Ahsoka the White.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty cool scene. And then we still don't know what it was. Was it a Force Vision and a Force Ghost, the war between? We don't know. But it worked, right? It was a very cool scene.
I'll throw this out there into the ether because it's the kind of thing like I don't even want credit for it. I just think it would be the coolest thing. I've always had this thought of Rey finding Kylo's lightsaber and purifying the kyber crystal. Mm-hmm. So you got this scene where she turns it on and it's like the same, but it's white and it's cracked, or maybe not cracked, like it's healed, so it's like perfect, but it's white, and a white crossblade lightsaber would be so cool.
So let's go into that mindset, and we talked about it last week. New York Comic Con, they revealed a new Star Wars book. I think it's Star Wars Legacy, which is Leia and Rey using the Jedi text to fix the broken lightsaber, the Luke Skywalker lightsaber. So she has the knowledge to fix broken kyber crystals. It's not far-fetched that she could do this. So
yeah, just throwing it out there, like make it happen. White crossguard lightsaber.
All right, so just getting your thoughts, Oti, real quick on those announcements last week for that Legacy book. Sorry?
What did we get? It was Legacy, and what else?
So Star Wars Legacy, which is that year in between The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, which is Jedi Leia teaching Rey. So that's going to be very interesting. And then there was the other book that was announced that people were kind of split, because Star Wars said they're doing a new initiative and focusing on different genres, and they're gonna start with the romance genre. So it's officially the first romance novel for Star Wars. I forget the name of it. But it's these two characters, I think before The Force Awakens, a couple of years before The Force Awakens. So it really doesn't have to do anything with those characters. They do mention the First Order is around. But it's a romance book in Star Wars, and a lot of people say, I don't want no kissing in my Star Wars. It's all pew-pews and laser swords, and others have been like, there's always been romance in Star Wars. What are you talking about? Haven't you read Lost Stars? That's a romance novel.
That's true. One of the best.
It is. So those were the two main novels, and then a lot of art of books, a new High Republic adventure comics during the Phase 2. So about 50 years after Phase 2 end or something like that. So a couple of things out there.
Interested in the Leia and Rey book. It'll go into my Star Wars book queue in the same order in which it arrives. So not fast tracking it. The romance novel, I don't care for it. Like I'm not gonna read it, and probably the people upset with it wouldn't have read it, even if it was like an action book. Like I really doubt they're Star Wars book readers. But cool for everyone excited. I saw a lot of people happy about it. I'm like,
yeah,
cool. Like
happy. All right, and then next week or this coming week on Wednesday, we have Visions Volume 3 dropping out.
It's Wednesday.
Yes, I forgot about it because they haven't really done a lot of promotion for this show, which I understand is usually the case. Some people got some Star Wars Visions kind of promo boxes out there with some art. They're very excited for it. So maybe next week we'll get a chance to talk about Visions Volume 3.
Yeah, I remembered this morning that was coming out next week. So I got kind of happy about it because you showed me a trailer and I was losing my mind with it. So excited. Yeah,
I'm going to say this weekend I rewatched some of the episodes that are going to have continuations.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
Yeah. All right, so if we do a show next week, we'll probably be talking about Visions Volume 3.
I think it makes sense.
Yeah. All right. So, Ot, if you don't mind, let's take a couple of minutes and talk about a little book that just came out since we've been talking about
It
books.
looks long. Could you like?
It is a
Wow, it's a big
pretty
boy.
thick book. It doesn't reach 500 pages, 400 460 pages
Oh, okay,
basically.
it looks longer.
Uh,
Wow.
Kwame Mbalia, sorry if I messed up your name. The Last Order, celebrating the 10th anniversary of The Force Awakens. I'll say because we talked about.
10th
Oh
anniversary.
no, you can't see it because I don't have a 4K camera, but the grays are coming out on my beard here. You can see it, but
I
it's
actually
there.
have. My wife was counting the grays on my face and chest and head this morning, and I was like,
Dude, my wife plucks my eyebrows sometimes, and she sees a gray hair right here in the middle. Every time she sees it, no, we gotta get that out. We're there. I mean, me more than you, but anyway, you're getting there. So just as we mentioned, you mentioned as we were talking about the Hunt for Ben Solo, that if the movie comes out and it's something different than what we were promised, quote unquote, I'll say The Last Order, which is a great book, did my main criticism about it was the expectation that I have based on what a lot of people were hoping this book was going to be about. And I'll try to stay spoiler free for the most part. But if you're looking for a story that is a post Rise of Skywalker story to see where Finn and Jaina are heading, temper your expectations.
"Oh,
Yes, we get chapters that are post Rise of Skywalker. That's how the book starts. Probably the first 2 or 3 chapters are that way, but 80% of the book is pre The Force Awakens. We get to see the backstory.
what percent? 80.
80%. So the beginning and the last 2 chapters are post Rise of Skywalker. Everything else is before The Force Awakens. So I think everyone knows, and if not, happens in the first chapter, is this new character, Koi Trilla, who's a tea farmer. I will say I love this guy, this kid. I'm not gonna say little kid, he's like at least 18 or something like that. He was in the Battle of Exegol when it's not Navy, it's people. He was there on his ship, and he's helping out now, bringing refugees from worlds that were closer to the First Order, bringing them back to Agent Claus and helping with that kind of rebuilding those places. So he comes to Agent Claus with a message directly for Finn. I say, you need to find Finn and give him this message directly. And basically, there's a ship that they rescued. It's filled with kids that the First Order abducted to basically turn them into stormtroopers. And that's what they've been doing for these past couple of months, I guess. I don't know the exactly time period after Rise of Skywalker. So he comes with a message, hey, we found this ship, and it was going to X sector, to a sector out there. I can't remember the name. And when Finn and Jana hear the name of that sector, their minds feel like, no, we gotta go there and figure out what's happening because that's bad. So you're like, okay, here we go. Let's see where this goes. And then most of the book goes then to their past. They, of course, are not together. It's Finn's kind of journey and Jana's journey. I love Jaina's story. We find out how she joined Company 77, why Company 77 decides as a whole group to leave the First Order, and we find them in that moon. We figure out how that happens. So I think Jaina's story is the one I love the most. We know a little bit more about Finn because we've been with him for the whole trilogy.
Do we learn his name?
No, so they don't have names. We just have
Okay.
FN2187,
That's cool.
TC1719. We find out how Jana got her name, Jana. I'm not gonna spoil it, but we do find it. So she's the leader of this kind of stormtrooper company, her own squad. She's a leader already. She looks up to Captain Phasma. Captain Phasma shows up in the book. She kind of takes Jana under her wing and has big expectations for her, so that's pretty cool. We have Captain Cardinal, that we know that him and Phasma don't get along.
Captain Cardinal?
Cardinal is there. He's more in the Finn side of the story. So again, the story is
with his crimson armor and everything.
Everything. And when him and Phasma look at each other, it's like, I hate you, and I know you hate me too, and I don't care.
So cool.
The story is great. but it's not what I was hoping it was. So that's why, again, temper expectations, and you'll get a great book. For his part, Finn is still like, yes, the First Order is the best thing. We need to take the message of the First Order to all the worlds out there. And then you see how it slowly starts kind of tempering. But by The Force Awakens, he's still there. So he's with this guy called, what's his name? Major Chetachi Gold. He's kind of the one that takes the message of the First Order to other planets. Kind of the morale boost that they give the soldiers every morning came from him. So Finn and this other stormtrooper are now, because they won a match, they're now serving as his bodyguard as he goes through different systems. And it's Star Wars, and something happens, and then we have their action and what happens with them. And on the other side, something similar with Jana and her group. They do great on a mission against some pirates, and then Company 77 say, hey, there's more pirates or something's happening in this other planet. We need you guys to come with us. And then that story takes place. So the book goes chapter by chapter between those two guys. Okay. And then once in a while, it goes to the new character, Corey Trilla, and how he's hanging or trying to hang with heroes of the Resistance, Finn and Jana. Lando's there at the beginning. Poe is there, C-3PO and BB-8. So it starts, you're like, man, I can't wait to see where this goes. But then again, most of it is a little bit in the past.
How deep into after the Rise of Skywalker do we get? Like,
I'm gonna say,
do we learn like what's happening after? Like,
no.
The
only thing we know is that the people on Agent Claus and the Resistance are helping or bringing refugees back to their planet to try to figure out what's going on. And when Finn and Jana find out that the First Order is still adopting kids, they try to stop that.
Yeah.
And then they go to figure that out. But again, most of that happens a little bit at the beginning, a little bit at the end. In the middle, maybe not that much, maybe 1 or 2 chapters.
Okay.
Most of it is in the past before The Force Awakens. I don't think they specifically said 2 months after the Battle of Exegol. I don't think they go that specific, but you can tell. I mean, there's no mention of Rey, of where she was. There's no mention of Chewbacca or Snoke, Kylo Ren. None of that is mentioned. It's first. I'll say it's pretty cool because you're spending the whole book with the First Order, which we rarely spend time with the bad guys. It's just a bad guy book, basically. And there's kind of good people in there with Finn and Jana. So again, I really enjoyed this story. I was just hoping that it was more, we're going to see maybe Jedi Finn or Finn using his force sensitivity. And then when I saw where the book was going, I'm like, okay, I guess they're not going to do a lot of post-Rise of Skywalker before any movies or any visual medium, which I guess are the main thing. They're not going to reveal a lot of those stuff in books. So,
yeah.
Cool. So yeah, I think I gave it like a 3.5, 3.75 stars. Very good. It's pretty long, like you saw. Names of the characters are a little bit confusing at the beginning because they're all FN 2187, TC 1719, FO 7155, 12 214. You don't know who the hell is who till about halfway. Okay, these people are with Finn, this other group with Jan. It takes a little bit to know where the story. Who are you following at certain points?
Cool.
All right, so Kwame Mbalia's The Last Order just came out on Tuesday. Again, thank you so much to Random House Worlds first for sending me an advanced copy and then for the print ones. I really love, and it's a great cover. The two main guys there.
I really like it.
And then next week on Tuesday, actually 28th, the embargo drops for Master of Evil. I have my written review that will come out on the website on Tuesday. I probably won't talk about it here next week. If we're able to interview Adam Christopher, we'll do our talk on the book at that point. So
sounds like a plan.
All right. So hopefully by next Saturday, I'll be able to tell everyone out there a date or that we're getting there. All right, Oti, anything else Star Wars related or anything? I don't think there's any kind of war between fandom stuff we need to chat about.
Still no Doctor Who.
Still no Doctor Who. I really hope. Okay, if they give you a chance, the option, I'm 100% sure I know where you're going. The Hunt for Ben Solo or season 3 of Doctor Who, you're choosing?
Season 3 of Doctor Who.
Of course you are. And I'm right there with you. I love Ben Solo.
I don't need the Ben Solo movie. I already have 3. I need another Doctor Who.
We do need
I need Doctor Who to go on forever and ever. But can I do a quick story? Oh my god.
Go ahead. I'll stop the music.
Okay. I don't know if I told you this. So I was on my honeymoon in Europe, and
Congratulations.
when we were coming back, we traveled through Lisbon all the way to Boston. And so we got to the airport, right? TSA, like their version of TSA, super easy, like no line whatsoever. Awesome. The whole dropping the bag thing was pretty cool. Like the counter was like all automated. Like it was pretty futuristic, even though the airport looked like a third world country airport. Sorry, Lisbon. Whatever, like all that. And so when we get out of the TSA thing or security, you go directly into the duty free store. It's a huge store. And when we walk out of it, we see like this line, like just through the hallway. We're like, what is this line about? And so I tell my wife, like, just go to the end of the line, get in line. I'll walk to the front and see like what's going on. It was such a long line that my wife called me and she was like, I told you to call me when you got to the front of the line. I was like, I haven't gotten to the front of the line. And she's like, oh shit, I haven't gotten to the back of the line. And I was like, what? It had been like 3 minutes, like both of us walking in different directions. So I get to the front of the line and I asked, like, what is the sign for? And they're like, oh, for passport check. I'm like, do I have to do the sign? And they're like, are you traveling internationally? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to Boston.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, you got to do the line. And I'm like, is there a line for US passport? And they're like, EU passport? And I'm like, no, I'll get to the back of the line.
So, US on the other end, you bastard.
Yeah, all other passports. By the way, they're supposedly passing a law in Spain to give Puerto Ricans passports. So, like, if you're into that, then
dude, no joke. No joke.
Like,
I might look into that. I mean, me and
my
wife jokingly talk about where would we go, and Spain is the first place that always come up.
I think I go back to Puerto Rico because I think Americans forget Puerto Rico is there. Anyways, I start then walking to the back of the line. And I walk so much, and I call my wife, and I'm like, hey, I told you to call me when you got to the back of the line. I'm walking, and I don't even know where you are. And she's like, I haven't gotten to the back of the line yet. And I'm like, what?
Wow.
So, point is, I get to the back of the line. I start having like a panic attack. We were there 2 hours beforehand, and the line was so long that we were like, is this like, are we gonna make it? Alberto, we spent 90 minutes in line.
Oh, wow.
But I want you to picture this. It's not just 90 minutes in line. It's 90 minutes in a line that is constantly moving. We were never stopped for a single second. Like, we were always moving. So, like, that's how long it was. And the only thing I could think about while I was doing the line, because, like, people would walk around, they were like, is this a joke? You would show your boarding pass to employees just to see, they're like, hey, there's like an express line for people whose flights leave at this hour. I don't know. And they would start laughing. Like, you're not going to make it.
Yeah.
So the only thing I could think of was Gridlock in Doctor Who.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know Doctor Who, it's like basically they go to 3050 New York. And New York is basically just like traffic, and people have been in traffic for 60 years. For their grandparents started in traffic, and now they're the ones driving the car.
Still there.
So that's
to get to the top. At least there's no fumes hopefully inside the Lisbon airport.
No, but it felt. I was waiting for Ashton Kutcher to walk out and be like, "You've been punked." Like,
we're
that's
starting punk again.
So yeah, I lived through a mini version of Gridlock.
Oh man. I've only lost my flight once, and it was something that I could reschedule pretty easily. I couldn't think about if I got stuck in Lisbon trying to get back to the States.
Yeah, no, absurd.
So thank you, Oti, for that.
Real life Doctor Who.
Real life Doctor Who. And that's why we need season 3 to come back.
That's why we need season 3. Give us
Alright, so
Gridlock
we'll
Part 2.
be back next week with our chat on volume 3 of Visions, and hopefully an update for our chat with Adam Christopher. So Oti, again, thank you for joining us again today. Everyone that joined us, Dale, Brennan, and everyone else out there, and everyone watching later and listening, thank you. Stay safe, be safe. Remember, rebellions all built on hope. May the force be with you.